name is Cydnaide, but you can call me Cy, and welcome, and for those returning, I see you, boo.
Hey, happy Wednesday, everyone. Director Kjun is back with another Wednesday devlog post. Rather than going off the feedback from last Friday's responses, he instead shifts gears again to talk about several features that will be making their appearance in the upcoming update. Active mode, restaurants, cooking, inZOI autonomy, groups, just all of that good stuff. Like he kind of goes not into huge detail, but he does let us know that these things are being worked on and that they're constantly, interconnecting each thing so that the Zoids can feel alive and that our experience is seamless and fun. So we don't have to worry about our immersion breaking. We don't have to worry about the Zoids not doing what they're supposed to. They're working on bugs and fixes and all of that fun stuff. So yeah, but regardless of him not going in super in depth, he does let us know that these things will be appearing in this upcoming update. So we don't have to guess. We don't have to worry or wonder if he's going to be adding these in here. They are 100% being added unless something else pops up, because he does say that that they have been coming across some bugs. However, they're going to make sure that we are able to play around with these features and for us to give them their feedback on these features, because specifically active mode is going to be, as he puts it, cautiously added into the game so that we can give feedback and to see whether or not if this works for inZOI as far as a life simulator, because they wanted to take it in a different direction and I like it. So but anyway, let me stop yapping. Let's just get into what he had to say and break it down, y'all. Hello everyone, today I'd like to talk about active mode. This is the feature we showed back in June, where you could use a frying pan to look, why am I reading like that? I'm so sorry, y'all. Excuse me. Where you could use a frying pan to affect another Zoid. Active mode isn't intended to be a feature focused simply on violence, which I like. He did show that you can pick up items, throw those items, or just basically just do different things that aren't limiting. And I really do like how he then goes on to say that it is content we've been preparing to offer experiences that you normally wouldn't expect from a traditional life simulation game. And yes, I like this. It's kind of gamified in a way, and I really do like that, because it leads to other things that we could do with our Zoids outside of them just, click on this, go do that. It's making it more of a first person kind of situation. Again, fingers crossed for us getting multiplayer eventually, as well as Canvas Town and a few other things that they have, brought up and said that they've been working on. But anyway, one of the things we thought about most was whether this kind of action really belongs in inZOI. Yes, it does. Hey, June, because y'all are different for this. Yes, built different. What we generally expect from this journey is to watch Zoids live their lives like real people, behaving according to their temperament and traits. Because of that, we were concerned that interactions like these might disrupt the overall atmosphere of the game. I wouldn't say that it would. In fact, it would make it a little bit more fun, because then Zoids will not act the same. And as it stands right now, a lot of our Zoids interactions and social cues and things like that are very similar, or if just like overused. And if we can put that in our hands, I don't mind that, KJ. I don't mind that. Like, this is a step in a different direction from what usual life sims or even other games that don't let us do things like this. Again, life simulators are very open sandbox in a way. They're not RPGs or anything like that, but they can have RPG elements. You get what I'm saying? So, but anyway, I am done yapping. Let me read what he's saying, because I am doing it again. I'm yapping, y'all. At the same time, some members of the development team felt that giving players a wider range of actions would allow for more diverse stories and greater freedom to express situations they want to create. So we decided to introduce it cautiously. And you know what? Nothing wrong with that. Like, I'm agreeing with your team. Your team is definitely saying, yeah, give them more things to do, especially when it comes to, like, if we want to develop stuff later on, then we add it in there, it will work together. It'll connect together. And you know what? Yes, I'm glad that he listens to his team, because definitely this is one of the things that I am glad that they are not sliding back on, saying, no, let's not put this in here, because what if they don't like it? No, I feel like it opens up so many different avenues for different stories to be told. Again, this is not even something that is just automatically that your Zoid will do, just start swinging on people. No, you have to get into active mode to do this. So it's not going to ruin anybody else's experience if they don't want this to be, in their game, specifically in a story that they're doing. So giving us the tools to make our own stories, to do what we want to do, and still give us the range to make to use our imagination. Like, yes, like, it is one thing if you put in the game something that just does not add to it or give it any life. Every day, I would say for real life, 9 times out of 10, somebody is getting in a fight. You cannot go on Twitter or any other place without seeing somebody saying how so-and-so knocked so-and-so on their ass, okay? So that is part of real life. But the point being is, this is a part of real life. People throwing hands, people using stuff, throwing stuff, getting upset, stuff like that. And I feel like the more they work on it, the more they refine it, the better they, get it down to a science. It will be something that not only will tell other people, you know what if we put that in a life simulator game, or if I put this in my life sim game and I can, or do this or do that, and innovate off each other. Like, that's the whole point of games and technologies and things like that, and just beyond just technologies, but different things to make things easier for people. Like, innovation is good. It may not seem like it in a lot of cases for a lot of things, but innovation is still, at the end of the day, at its core, a good thing, because that means we're moving forward. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Again, let's get back to what you were saying. I love going off on tangents, y'all. I can't help myself. We've also taken steps to prevent it from disrupting the game's atmosphere too much or escalating excessively into violence. Yes, because I feel like with that scene that's showing in Kjun, it got bad to the point but that guy ZOI died, a bunch of other NPCs died. So if they can have it so that, let's say for instance, if one ZOI knocks one ZOI out, then that's between them and that ZOI, unless another ZOI decides they want to jump in and start something. But then you have the option to run away, or that ZOI has the option to run away. I feel like that makes sense, because especially based off of their personalities, because an angry or malicious ZOI would probably keep on throwing hands, while someone that is not, who is mostly quiet or sweet or kind or whatever like that, would not be throwing hands consistently, unless it's just to defend themselves and to get the heck out of there. So in fact, my biggest I would say my biggest takeaway from this would be also during my backroom series, where my character Max, he is a very kind, sweet ZOI that doesn't like fighting. He's a very pacifist kind of guy. However, the entity that's in there that's bothering him is not. He's malicious. He wants to throw hands. He wants to act a fool. So it would make sense that the entity will keep coming after him, even if he knocked him on his butt, because Max is kind of, he was able to get his fighting skill up a good bit so that he could defend himself. But Max would choose not to continue with violence. He would probably knock him on his butt, make sure that he was down, and then get the heck out of there, which is what we can into their personalities. So yes, I understand this. It should be based definitely on personalities and traits. But anyway, there is still a lot of work to be done, including conditions for ending fights and connections with the police system. Yes, because it makes sense that someone will call the police on someone throwing hands and beating the mess out of people. You know what I'm saying? Or if a fight gets too rough and then they call the police come in and, stop the ZOIs and then arrest. It just starts arrest instead of throwing hands back, because the police were also throwing hands in that showcasing of the active mode. And we plan to continue improving these areas. We haven't been able to polish every aspect. We haven't been able to polish every aspect perfectly this time either. But rather than keeping it from you until everything is complete, we'd like to cautiously introduce it as an experimental feature. We hope you'll try it yourselves first. Share your feedback with us and help us improve it from there. Next, I'd like to talk about restaurants. While preparing the business content, we wanted to include a wider variety of businesses, but managing ZOIs through a specific sequence of actions proved extremely difficult. Initially, we planned business around activities that took longer to complete, but there were more challenges to solve than we expected. Cooking was particularly difficult because each individual interaction takes quite a long time. We wanted running a business to feel lively, with many customers coming and going, but achieving that was not easy. Yes, because right now they are in a 3-block rotation depending on how many hours a day your ZOI is running their business. Say for instance, if you're running a regular 9 to 5, your ZOI is going probably through maybe 3 to 4 batches of customers that come in, get whatever they need from the business, stay around, walking around, conversating, and then filter out. Being able to kind of having a seamless flow between customers coming and going would be very nice, but he said it's been very difficult, and I can definitely see having that logic working instead of working in scheduled batches, instead of just continuously flowing. It would be very difficult, but if they're able to make this work, it would be much appreciated, because I've noticed that that the scheduled like appearances of NPC Zoids or even just regular Zoids coming into the business, it's just in batches. It's not in a seamless flow. So hopefully they figured out a way to make that work without it just being scheduled stuff. After documenting these issues one by one and working through them over time, we're finally ready to show you what we've been preparing. In the new restaurant system, you'll be able to see groups of customers visit the dine together. Visit and dine together. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I said that completely wrong. Customers will take available seats and place their orders with a waiter while the chef quickly prepares the requested dishes. Cooking time has been streamlined compared with the existing cooking system so that it works better when preparing meals for groups. Now, they did show this a little bit in the Friday update, and it looks so nice. I really do like how it looks. It's like I said, it was giving a lot of Sims 2 vibes, but yeah. Excuse me. Once the food is ready, the waiter serves it at the customer's table. The customers enjoy their meal, pay the bill, and then leave. Thank you. I would like that. Like, even if some decides to stay around to talk a little bit, because another Zoid decides they want to talk to them, that would be cool too. So, but yeah. We also plan to renovate the existing restaurants that have been sitting unused around the cities so that they can make use of this new functionality. I hope you'll be able to enjoy wonderful moments at restaurants together with family, partners, and friends. So I do like this a lot, that the way he had pointed this out, that not only will NPCs be doing this, we'll be able to do this too. So yeah, that confirms it. The main focus of this update is city travel, resorts, and restaurants. Of course, we've also spent a great deal of time fixing existing bugs and addressing awkward or unnatural behavior. There are still many areas where we have more work to do. Even so, I hope you'll have fun with everything we've prepared. Things are extremely hectic right now as we prepare the update, so I'll stop here for today and get back to wrapping things up. Thank you, Kjun. Oh, Kjun, we can tell that you're working hard, baby boy. We can tell you're working hard. But yeah, that is all he had to say for this week, for the Wednesday Dev Post. I like how short and sweet it is. It's letting us know that A, they're working on the features, but B, that they're adding those features, and C, that they are expecting or hoping for feedback from us that, they're going in the right direction with the game and for what they're adding to it. Even if players aren't just actively saying they want this, but that it adds something to our gameplays. And I feel like for the most part, people have been asking for active mode, because I'm one of those people that have been asking about active mode and when, if we're going to ever get it, along with other different things that they are saying that they are going to add eventually. And I don't want to talk about necessarily the future per se, because we are just trying to focus mostly on the August update. But again, I do want them to at least say something about Canvas. Now, he did say that there are some things concerning not Canvas, but concerning some things that they can't yet speak about or talk about or go over because, of development stuff and things like that. So hopefully that indicates that they are still working on Canvas mode. They're still working on, not Canvas mode, but Canvas Town, working on multiplayer. They're still working on all these other different areas that we've asked about that we would like to see in the game, or they have been just looking forward to, like, again, like the police and crime systems. Like, I want to see that fleshed out, because honestly, as much as I don't do crime related stuff, especially, and what's funny enough is that none of the original Sims games that I played, or specifically for Life Sims, I ever tried to do the criminal route, because it didn't appeal to me. But for whatever reason, when I play on inZOI, the criminal route does appeal. And it's so crazy that for someone who likes to play family gameplay and other little challenges and stuff, crime never crossed my mind. But in inZOI, it makes me wonder. It makes me like, should I play with this mechanic? Because it's in the game, it's pretty well done, and it doesn't feel, not necessarily gamified, but it doesn't feel like a simple just, you do this and do that and bam, that's it. It feels more like one thing leads into another. Like, you start stealing purses off the street, then you want to steal money at the ATM. If you start stealing money at the ATM, you want to steal cars. It makes you want to delve deeper into what the system has to offer. And so I hope that they continue with not just the police and the crime system with that, curiosity for players to continue, but for other things in other areas for different things, specifically like for not reading, but writing books, programming. Like imagine like your Zoe is just sitting here learning to do the programming skill, and as they continue to do the programming skill, they learn how to do this or how to make that, and it could then interconnect with the crime system. Like, hey, you get called by a suspicious person. Like, hey, you want to make this app for me, and the app is clearly malware, and you're like, should I do this? But the money they're offering it sounds really good, and then that can give your Zoe a path to go into crime. You know, interconnecting all of this, and I hope that they continue to, because he does say that they're going to be doing that. They're going to be doing a lot of interconnecting different systems together so that they can, you know, go along or whatever. But like, yeah, I'm excited for it, and I'm hoping that it comes to a point where we can have stuff like that. But anyway, I have yapped on long enough and just did too much yapping, but I'm excited to see what's coming in coming in September. I said August earlier, but I meant September, y'all know what I meant. But again, this is all free, y'all. Granted, yeah, sure it's free because it's supposed to be the base game stuff, but at the end of the day, this is still free, and that should make us more excited and realize that we should set a standard for ourselves when we are playing a game. It shouldn't be about whether or not we're getting free DLCs. It shouldn't be about whether or not we're getting free updates. It should be about the fact that we are getting something for our base game, and that's that, regardless of what we get afterwards. You know, the base part of the games that we play we should be able to play it without needing other DLCs or anything like that, unless we want that. That is what a game's supposed to be. That is what it's always supposed to have been, not piecemealing and or whatever. You know, every interaction, everything we're supposed to have is supposed to be in the base game of our game. And then if we want anything else, that is just extra dressing. But anyway, enough of me yapping. That's gonna be it for me. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys feel about this Wednesday devlog post. Do you feel like he went over some things that that you were interested in learning about, or feel like that you want to know more about? Are you glad that they're confirming that this is coming in the current update? We're going to be able to mess around with these features that they showed in the last couple of updates. Let me know down in the comment section, because discussion. That's what we want, y'all. We want discussion. Anyway, and like always, thank you all so much for sticking out to the end of the video. If you like my content and you want to support your girl, leave a like, comment, or subscribe for more videos like these, where I cover most Wednesday and Friday devlog posts. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.